Can you come in, Mr. Forrester?
Rocco, what are you doing here? You're not due to start for another couple days.
Well, yeah, I know that, Mr. Forrester. Hey, would it be okay if I called you boss?
Call me Ridge if you want.
No, I couldn't do that.
Well, everyone else does.
Well, does boss bother you?
Okay, you can call me boss.
Cool. You know, you don't know how wired I am about starting work over here. And that's all I think about.
Hey, remember, you're just gonna be in the shipping room. Don't forget that.
You won't regret this. Hiring me? Best move you'll make. I'm telling you, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
You mean that?
You better believe it, yeah.
Does that include, getting a haircut?
You can't ask me that, Mr. Forrester. Please, Mr. Forrester, don't.
Why not?
'Cause this mop, this is me. You know, and if you take it away, then I'm just like any other guy. I'm not...
Somehow I doubt that.
You won't make me do it, will you?
If I said yes.
Then I do it.
Well, you don't have to get a haircut. As long as you stay in the shipping room.
Thanks, God. You scared me. You think when I'm all caught up in my work, I could, like, come up here and check out the models?
Why do I get the feeling I'm getting more than I bargained for here?
No way, I'm not gonna blow this. No way I'm gonna blow this chance. I'm telling you, I promise you. Someday, I'm gonna do so well, Forrester. I'm gonna have an office just like this. No, all for myself.
Ridge, listen, but... Oh, sorry.
No, come on in, Thorne.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Rocco.
Rocco's gonna be joining us.
Joining us? Where?
Here at Forrester.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working in shipping. I'm shipping stuff.
Okay. I guess there's a story here somewhere.
Later. Rocco, we got a lot of business to do. Oh, by the way, this is my brother, Thorne.
Oh, your brother, cool. Cool name.
Thanks.
It's nice to meet you. You're welcome. Well, Thorne and Ridge and... Where you guys pick up names like that?
Well, you'll have to talk to our parents. Oh, wait a minute. On the other hand, second thought, maybe you shouldn't talk to our parents.
Well, look. Okay, I'll get on my way. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Rocco.
Rocco. Yeah. Thorne and Ridge.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, I'll see you guys soon. You know, the big day. I'm start working.
Where on earth did you come up with him?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's just a kid that helped me out once. This is my way of paying him back.
Well, I gotta hand it to him. He's done one thing that no one else around here's been able to.
Oh, what's that?
You and me, being civil to each other. Even smiling.
Yeah. How do you think it's going? The trial.
I wish I knew. Caroline should not be going through this alone.
Well, that's the way she wanted it.
It's still not right. Damn it, I want to be there, Ridge. I never should have listened to her. I never should have let her go through this by herself. God, I hope she's all right.
Miss Spencer, how long after you were raped did you telephone Brooke Logan?
I'm not sure. It seemed like an eternity, but I think it was probably about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe less.
And what was your condition at the time?
I was hysterical, devastated. I could barely speak.
What, if anything, did you say to her?
Objection, irrelevant, and if it's not irrelevant, it's hearsay.
Miss Spencer's statements are admissible under the fresh complaint exception, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Go ahead, Caroline.
I don't remember everything, But I know that I begged her to come over to my apartment.
Did she?
Yes.
And what was your condition at the time she arrived?
Worse. I think that everything that had happened had begun to sink in.
Did you have a conversation with her?
Same objection.
Same ruling.
I was crying. And she held me. And then I told her everything.
Counsel, you may cross-examine.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Fruit Chewy Newton's Cookies. So fruit chewy, you want them for yourself.
Whoa, what do you know? Mom.
I'm not interrupting.
Oh, come on in. This must be my day for visitors.
Oh?
Dave stopped by earlier.
Dave, what was that about?
Surprised me, too. I think he's a little nervous about where things stand with Brooke.
Oh, I see.
I wasn't sure what to tell him. Do you have any idea where my sister's head's at these days? I haven't heard her mention anything about a wedding in months.
Oh, honey, she's had her mind on other things, the Caroline and now the trial.
Well, we all have. But if you're really hot to marry a guy, well, that's just it, isn't it?
I think that Brooke is having a hard time making the final commitment.
Obviously. If you ask me, all this time she's spending with Caroline and the Forresters hasn't helped.
What do you mean?
Brooke is so impressed with their style of living, and whether she's willing to admit it or not, it's filled her head with all kinds of ideas.
You're talking about Ridge Forrester.
You think I'm wrong?
No, unfortunately.
Then you have talked to Brooke.
I just hope that your sister is not letting herself in for a big letdown.
Do you think she's in love with this guy?
I think she's letting herself dream a lot of big dreams right now.
Yeah. Only the dude on the white horse is not her fiancé.
Poor Dave. More than anything, I don't want to see him get hurt by this.
What about Brooke? If you ask me, she's the one who stands to take the biggest fall. From what I've heard about this Ridge Forrester guy, he hasn't stayed interested in any woman for more than about 20 minutes.
Except Caroline.
Yeah, except Caroline.
Dave's a good man. They could have a good life.
Yeah. But no one's ever gotten anywhere trying to make Brooke give up on a dream.
Dave!
Great timing. Where are you headed?
Back to work. What's up?
Could you hold off for just a minute? I'd like to talk to you.
Sure.
Now, Miss Spencer, you told us you were having dinner alone at the time you met my client, Mr. Deacon, did you not?
Yes.
Was there some reason why you were alone?
Nothing relevant to this case.
Why don't we let Her Honor be the judge of that? Tell us, what was your reason for dining alone?
I had some personal matters that I wanted to think about.
After my client joined you and the two of you started to converse, did you tell him that you were trying to deal with an emotional problem involving some man?
I said something like that, yes.
Was that the truth?
Yes.
Was part of the problem a recently disrupted, shall we say, wedding?
That's rather personal, isn't it?
Your Honor?
You'll have to answer the question, Miss Spencer.
Yes, it was.
But the problem was more than just the fact that your wedding had been put off, wasn't it?
I don't see that this has to do with anything.
Were the problems you were having with Ridge Forrester, your fiancé, the reason why you were alone that night?
Feels so good to do that again.
Dave, it hasn't been that long.
Well, it seems like years. Both of us have been pretty involved with Caroline and her problems. Haven't had much time for each other.
She's needed us.
I'm glad we were there. Especially you. You've done a lot for that girl. When nobody else could. And your family, they've been terrific. But now it's time to get back to us.
Just what did you have in mind, Mr. Detective?
Still looks pretty good.
I haven't taken it off for a minute.
I'll never forget the night I gave that to you. I don't think I ever saw anyone look so beautiful.
You weren't so bad yourself.
And I thought it was incredible that you'd said yes. That we were actually going to get married.
I care about you. Haven't you figured that out yet?
I know. At least I thought I knew.
What do you mean?
Do you know how long it's been since we've talked about a wedding or made any plans?
There's been a lot going on.
I know. Caroline, the trial. But when two people really love each other, a crisis should just make them closer.
We are close, Dave. Closer than ever.
Are we?
Of course.
Then why haven't you said anything? Because you know I've been waiting.
Dave.
You said you'd set a date in the fall. And we talked about September. October's almost over. We're no closer to setting a date than we were 6 months ago. Are we going to set a date, Brooke? Do you still want to marry me?
Miss Spencer, I repeat, were the problems you were having with Ridge Forrester the reason you were alone that night?
I suppose so.
You were lonely, weren't you?
Not in the way that you're suggesting, no.
What way do you think I'm suggesting?
As if I sought out the defendant.
Didn't you? Isn't that exactly what happened?
That is exactly what didn't happen.
He sought you out.
Absolutely.
He saw you sitting alone and knew instinctively that you were lonely.
I was not lonely.
All right, then. You would have us believe that my client saw you sitting there trying to deal with some heavy emotional problem, and he just had this sixth sense that you'd be receptive to company.
I don't know what he was thinking, but I was not looking for company, and I never gave your client any impression that I was.
Do you attach any significance to the fact that that evening you chose to be in what is generally considered to be a fairly lively singles bar?
I didn't consider it in that way.
How did you consider it?
As a restaurant.
They do have a bar in this place you call a restaurant, don't they?
Yes.
A very active bar, if I'm not mistaken.
It seemed busy.
And most of the patrons at this bar are young singles, are they not?
I wasn't in the bar.
You went to this place for their food and for no other reason. Is that what you want us to believe?
I don't care what you believe.
All right, then, let me put it to you a little differently, Miss Spencer. Did you go to this singles bar for dinner or for companionship?
I have already told you. I went to the Cantina de Oro for dinner.
Did you finish your dinner?
Your client interrupted me.
Did he force you to leave before you could finish?
No.
In fact, you were the one who suggested leaving, weren't you?
I said that I had to leave. I wasn't hungry at that point. I did not suggest that he leave with me.
I suggest, Miss Spencer, that the reason you were no longer hungry was because you had achieved your purpose by then in coming to the cantina.
Just what are you saying?
A lonely evening, an attractive woman comes to a well-known singles hangout, meets an attractive, available young man. They leave together. Mission accomplished.
That is not true. What do I have to do to convince you that that is simply not true?
Come on, Dave. You're not being fair.
I'm not. I think I've been more than fair, more than patient. Is it too much for me to ask just when my fiance and I are going to be married?
I told you. It's very important for me to get my job, my career going first.
Brooke, you had all summer and most of fall.
It hasn't been easy, you know that.
Or is that just your excuse? Brooke, there's no reason you can't look for the right job after we're married. Brooke, what I'm really asking you, bottom line, is whether or not you still want to be my wife. I guess that answers it.
Dave, please.
Look, you can't have it both ways forever.
It's just not the right time.
You've been saying that for months. When's the right time, Brooke?
I don't know. Dave, I'm sorry. I love you. You know that.
Do I?
God, Dave, don't do this.
You're the one that's holding things up, Brooke, not me. There's never been a doubt in my mind about how I feel about you. It just makes me wonder.
About what?
Ever since you started reading the paper about the Forrester wedding, about Caroline Spencer marrying this rich guy. Hell, I knew you were fantasizing about those people. I didn't see any harm in it. I've always had an eye for beautiful people, beautiful life. That's when it all started, didn't it? The delays. Out of the blue, you meet the Forresters. Caroline Spencer becomes your friend, and all of a sudden you're being torn out of my world.
Dave, no.
Yes. You spend all your time with them. They're all you think about.
That's not true.
Isn't it? Prove it. Set a wedding date.
I can't. But not for the reasons you think. I need more time.
Time for what? See if Forrester's interested in you. Is that what this is all about?
No.
I want the truth. Is Ridge Forrester the reason that you and I aren't married today? Is he, Brooke?
So, Miss Spencer, you would have us believe you were no longer interested in the food at the singles bar you went to have dinner at, and that's why you left.
It was late, and I wanted to get home.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. In the meantime, tell us once again how this man you didn't want to meet, didn't want to let sit down at your table, how he ended up paying for your dinner.
He insisted.
Did he cause a scene?
No.
Did he badger you in any way?
He said that it would make him feel better for having spilled his drink on me if he paid.
And you, of course, wanted him to feel better.
I wasn't concerned about his feelings one way or the other. I simply saw it as a gesture of kindness on his part.
You were aware, weren't you, that all this is standard operating procedure in these singles places?
I wasn't thinking of it in that way.
Now, after he paid the bill, you allowed him to walk you home, is that correct?
He said that it was dangerous and offered to accompany me. I accepted, and that is all.
This fellow you didn't want to meet, weren't interested in, didn't want to pick up your check, in fact, didn't want anything to do with, you let him walk you home.
He offered protection. And like a fool, I was grateful.
Protection from a man you just met and knew next to nothing about?
If you're trying to get me to say that he is very good at getting people to trust and believe in him, then you're right. I agree with you.
What occurs to me, Miss Spencer, is that you left the cantina when you did and went home with Mr. Deacon for far more obvious reasons.
Objection, Your Honor.
I allowed Mr. Deacon to walk me home for exactly the reasons that I have told you. I had no other interest in him or anything else.
No other interest, and yet you took this man home with you, this virtual stranger. Oh, come now, Miss Spencer. Who took who home?
Objection.
You're wrong. I did not take him home, and don't you accuse me of that.
Order! Order! Counselor!